How's it going, everyone? So in this little episode I'm going to put together something to show people how to get a wetsuit. Now if you're new to spearfishing and you just bought one of these and you feel like you nearly died when you got it on or couldn't get it off, that's not a surprise because they are pretty daunting, and the idea of lubing up to get into a suit is also pretty daunting. So I'm going to show you some little tips I use and the lube I use. Hopefully it helps you get diving a lot more and less fearful of getting stuck in your suit, which, believe me, happens to us all. So let's get stuck into it. Now I have been here and there with lubes and I've been through a lot of them, and I've commercial dived for sea urchins and everything where I'm getting in a suit every single day, and I've been through baby shampoo, normal shampoo. One thing I recommend not using is mint shower gel. That is not much fun when you're in the suit for 6 hours. And I've used Slippy as well, the Rob Allen brand, but I've ended up coming to this brand OCTACLE, and I even went out to New Zealand to meet the maker of this amazing little brand. Her name's Kat, and she's ended up being a great friend, and I spent a good amount of time actually diving with her in New Zealand. So she's not just this brain behind it all, she actually gets out there and she shoots fish, as you can see here. What I've come up with is an amazing little formula. Now she has ended up making it from seaweed and aloe vera, so it's amazing for your skin. I've actually had mates that have drunk it by accident whilst they've been out at sea and they forgot that they had their bottle of lube with them. I don't really recommend that. I have actually used this for sunburn as well when I was in New Zealand and my face started peeling, so I just caked this stuff on, and to be honest, it really helped. But what I love about it is 100% natural. You're in your suit for sometimes 6 to 7 hours a day, and my previous experiences with lube is if I'm using shampoo or anything like that, I get really itchy skin when I come out, especially if you pee in your suit, which I recommend getting a scupper. It all just adds to a not very good experience when you get back out. So I'm going to show you how to get this lube going and get in a suit basically. So you can get multiple different sizes of tins. You can buy these little sample tins, and they do seem very small, but the powder actually goes a long way, which I'll show you in a second. And then she's got 70-gram tins. One thing that she has started doing, especially in conjunction with Spearfishing UK, now they're trying to obviously reduce waste and everything like that, and try and help people to afford products that sometimes can be expensive, as this is made in New Zealand and shipped out here. Now what Kat has ended up doing is, you might think this is a big bag of Saturday night powder, but it's not. This is a lovely bag of OCTACLE, vacuum packed. Now Spearfishing UK is stocking these bags, and if you go back with your tin that you've already used, you get discount and you just fill it straight back up. So if you're passing Spearfishing UK and you're in that area, pop in with a tin that's empty or half empty and they will fill it up for you, and it's a little bit more cost effective, and we just help the environment with less waste and stuff like that. So definitely worth a thought. Go down there and check that out. So if you're diving in the winter like me, I do want warm water, but to start off mixing OCTACLE lube is just start with half a bottle or a little bit more of cold water. I've chosen this nice Shetland milk glass bottle just so I can show you of how it works basically. So let's get some powder and chuck it in. Now Kat does sell some really good little funnels which you can nip in your dive bag and just keep them there, and then you put a couple teaspoons in. However, I have forgotten the funnel and I don't have any teaspoons with me, so I'm afraid I'm just gonna have to just go for it. Now as you can see, I have made a bit of a mess, but in the bottle there is a fair bit floating about. So what I'm going to do is chuck a lid on. Now the most important thing is you have to shake it a fair bit and just give it that time to work. Quite often I'll do this the night before and it actually sets a bit better. And I've also done this 2 different ways. I've put a little bit of lube in, or a little bit of powder, so you get a nice fluidity of lube. Don't know if you can see that yet. Or I've put loads of powder in and it literally turns to like jelly, and then you can just scoop it out and smother it on your suit, smother it on yourself, and you slide right in. And you always have to make sure you do have space in the bottle, because if you don't, well then you just don't have any room to basically aerate it and shake it up. I've probably got too much water in here because I've left a few lumps. I thought I'll just show you actually how much this changes. I don't know if you can see that. It's pretty gloopy, which is exactly what we want to get in our suit, and it's not too bad to taste. Obviously I can't go in the suit like this, so clothes off and in the suit we get. One of my tricks I always do is, if you've got long johns, you fold the top up just over the waist height, basically like that, and then you're good to just slide straight in like that. Now for the top half, you want to fold your hood out. Well, the reason for folding your hood out is basically when you get in your suit now, you'll pop out like that, and then you can put your hood on. Quite often, if you leave your hood up, you'll go straight into your suit and it might just get stuck all over your face. Every dive is different. I've got long hair, which is an absolute pain in the arse, but I just prefer it that way because quite often I walk to the water and I don't want my hood up. And of course, I'm gonna roll the bottom up as well, pretty far up actually. It just keeps it all out the way, and when you put it on, quite often it can get stuck behind your back. Your tail can get stuck behind your back, and then you're busy trying to pull it down when you're half naked in a car park and everybody's staring at you, and you get yourself in a bit of trouble. Now let's get some warm water in there. So I've just tucked my legs up like that. I'm going to pour some hot water in here before I put the lube in. And basically it'll warm the suit up a bit, but it gets it wet before I put my lube in. And I'm just going to chuck a fair bit of that in because it's just me today, each side. Put that to the side. Grab your feet, grab your top, try and not let any water out, like that, and just give it a good old slush about so it gets everywhere, and then jump in. There you have it, pulled up. Now what I usually do when I'm at this stage is I'll put my socks on so my feet don't get too cold. I always tuck my wetsuit over my socks and just fling them on. So, sock on, and then your suit back over like that, keeps it one unit and you stay a little bit warmer. It's time to get the top on. Now you can see I've got it rolled up like that and the hood's inside out. Lay it over like that, tuck the arms over, the hood's right. I'm just going to chuck some warm water in there again, just a bit because I kind of want some left over for when I come out. And considering I've got all this lube left, I'll probably just chuck it straight in, because the worst part is the top half. Usually I wouldn't use this amount of lube, but it's warm and it's cold out here. Now you just want to give it as much of a shake as possible, and quite often I just try and get it down the arms, even check down the arms like that and get it all about. It makes a difference when you've got your wetsuit half on and then you get stuck because there's no lube got to the arms, and even just on the arms. It's a very glamorous sport, this one. And then I'm just going to chuck it on, get it on as quick as possible before it gets cold. And I get my arms in as much as possible. I actually use my legs so you don't damage up your nails. And I put them in between my legs and I push out my hands out the suit. Now you can see the tails out here. Pull it up as much as possible. So I've got it all bunched up, and then you basically just lift it over your head and put it right through the hood with any luck. You come out looking pretty beautiful like this. You can see here that it's all bunched up. This usually always happens, but because I've rolled it up at the start, I can get to this bit here. And at the back, the tail should be hanging down as well, and I can pull it down. Now if you didn't do that, it'd be the other way, and it's a nightmare to get. And then you just watch your nails so they don't damage the open cell on the inside, and you pull it down like that, and because it's plenty of lube in there, you can move it about your skin like that. That's where you want a good lube, like that. And then you're pretty much good to go diving. That's how I get a wetsuit. So I hope this helps to anybody that is a bit uncomfortable getting into suits. It is pretty daunting. I remember the first time I did it, it's especially with a 7mm suit. I don't think I want to try an 8mm or 9mm. Hopefully I never have to go that far. It is pretty difficult. Thinner suits are easier, obviously. If you're able to put them on in the shower at home, it can help. You get your whole body wet, you put your lube on, and off you go, basically. And then you can just a little short car ride with your dry robe on or something. Or some nice warm water like this. You might as well make it as nice as possible. So you're going into the water warm, especially here in Shetland. It's -1 now, and I'm going into maybe 8-degree water, so it's pretty cold. You need your body temperature kept warm. So I'm gonna leave you there. Hope that helped. Little shout out to Spearfishing UK, who supply all the OCTACLE lube products. Go check them out. And a big shout out to a really good friend, Kat, who came up with OCTACLE, the lube brand, and I can't wait to go diving with her again soon. It's gonna be good fun. So stay tuned, guys. We're gonna do a lot more diving, and I'll see you all very soon.